Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costandas. This is episode 453, season 19. Today's date is July 12th, 2025, and welcome to the show to my Greek friends and family, Kalos Ithate and Yasis, which means welcome and hello. On today's program, I'm going to talk about an obscure television show that aired in the early 60s. It's called Clock-A Doodle Day. And I tried to get much information about this program, and it only ran about a year. But I sort of remembered this, seeing it somewhere when I was a kid. So I'll talk about that. Also, I'll read off a menu from a restaurant called the Consort, or is it Consort? Consort. It's spelled Consort. And that was located at the Continental Plaza Hotel in Chicago, on Michigan Avenue. So I'll read a menu off of that. And this is from, I don't know, I'm not sure what decade, maybe the 50s or 60s. Well, that's okay. So it'll be fine. Okay, before I get started, we're going to go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Jell-O Deluxe Chocolate Collection. They're puddings. So here's a commercial from 1987, and I remember this commercial very well. Oh, that looks so decadent. Oh, I can have one now. So sit back and relax. Let's go back to the 1980s for this commercial for Jell-O Deluxe Chocolate Collection. Thank you.
Is chocolate your passion?
You want it bad. It's almost time. You got one thing on your mind.
The new deluxe chocolate collection from Jell-O. Creme desserts and chocolate almonds, chocolate mint, and double chocolate. Made with so much rich, intense chocolate.
You can't live without the stuff. You can never get enough.
The new deluxe chocolate collection of creme desserts from Jell-O.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for, keep forgetting, Jell-O Deluxe Chocolate Collection. As you've heard, the commercial, it came in 3 flavors, one with almonds, chocolate mint, and double chocolate. Ooh, good stuff. So that was introduced, I don't know, 86, 87, and then doesn't last very long. I wonder why, I found an old box on the internet, actually Pinterest. I found that you could microwave it, or you just make it just like regular, like the regular way, like when you make pudding, like that. And also in the box it says you can try these delicious variations: chocolate orange cream, chocolate peanut butter, double chocolate sauce or fondue, or double chocolate pie. Oh, that sounds awesome. I got to watch my sugar, so that's a shame. So that's chocolate pudding still around. I still love it. I love all flavors, even pistachio. I wasn't crazy about that, but now I love it. I really do. Butterscotch is one of my favorites. Okay, so I haven't had pudding in a long time. And I love it when I was a kid, and when my mom put those Del Monte snack packs. I think it was Del Monte. No, it's those cans. Yeah, there was a Hunt snack pack, and you put those in your lunches. And the kids were jealous because I had that. Oh, that's a great dessert. You put a plastic spoon. Yeah, so maybe I'll talk about that someday. I think I have, but I'll talk about it again. I don't care. All right. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about an obscure children's television series called Clock-A Doodle Day. That aired on WBKB Channel 7 in Chicago, which is now WLS. And also I'll read off a menu from the Consort, I hope I pronounced it right, a restaurant that was located at the Continental Plaza Hotel in Chicago. Before I get started, give you a status of my health. Everything's fine so far. I'm getting much better. Next chemo's the 21st of this month. I'm going to my regular doctor at the end of the month on July 30th. We'll see how that goes. And one and the other thing I want to talk about is yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I posted that I mentioned that a Hollywood celebrity contacted me and said he loved my podcasts. So you have to be careful. I understand that. I want to see if he really was that celebrity. And true to behold, he was. He was real. He had a check mark on his profile. I asked him, "Are you really him?" He said, "Yes, it's me." He also says, "I love listening. I miss Chicago so much. I do visit from time to time." And that's great. So I posted that. And then, you get doubts. People said, please be careful. Yes, I was careful. Also, you get a couple of comments, trolls saying, why are you getting this attention? It's jealousy. That's what it is. And, and I had one person said that Van Chicagoland is crappy. All right, whatever. I've been told, also I've learned, from my mom and my dad, and also from people, if someone criticizes you, just ignore it. If it gets really, really personal, you could say something, but those are comments. They're nothing. You just delete them or ignore them. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing every day in the group. You get a lot of wise guys and some trolls. You just delete them and move on. Believe me, Someone asked me, has anyone have done a personal attack on you? And I said, yes, about a couple of times, very bad. They send me messages. I don't answer. I don't answer. I don't like what I read, like what I read. That's how it is. So sometimes I'm very sensitive. And so I've always been since I was a kid. And people are mean, and they still are to this day. Even people we know in our lives, I think it's jealousy or they have their own personal issues. Fine. That's okay. All right. So that's it. All right. Right now I'm going to talk about Clock-A Doodle Day. I was going to say Cock-A-Doodle Doo, but the TV show is called Clock-A Doodle Day. Now, this was a children's program that aired on WBKB, Channel 7 in Chicago, which, of course, WLS came in October 1968, I believe. It wasn't very unique, but it was quite different, which is it preceded Ray Rayner, the Ray Rayner show, in a way. Now, this show consisted of... It was live, they had real people. The host of the show, his name was Dale Young. I tried to find information about him, but I had no such luck. I can't find it. I don't know if he's alive or dead. No problem. Or where he was born. All I know, he's hosted this show. Okay. So, also they played... The show consists of, they feature a couple of kids, they play games, they did demonstrations, educational. They show cartoons. You get where I'm going. It's like Ray Rayner. And they had a weatherman, his name is Warren Culbertson, and he was a weatherman at the time. And I believe there was a group, somebody named Captain Stubby. He performed on the program. And sometimes they issue a certificate for you appearing on the show. And it was signed by Dale Young, and I found one on Facebook. It's kind of cool, like that. Anyway, so the kids that appeared, they were between the ages maybe about 7 to 12, and they were called tweenagers. They were like that. And one of the most popular features on Clock-A Doodle Day was Think It Over. It was called Think It Over Problem. They ask a question, and you have to give it answer the next day, which is great, Some kids were stumped by this, and like that. I don't know if they offer prizes on the show. I have no idea. No problem. No clue. So I noticed on Facebook a lot of people did appear on the show. Older, now they're older, but that's kind of cool, like that. Okay, here's one problem. I'll give you an example. A brick weighs 6 pounds plus half its total weight. How much does it weigh? I'll give you the answer. The brick weighs 12 pounds. You got that? That's what I meant. Okay. So the show premiered on August 27th, 1960. I think it was like a preview, but then it started airing in about a week or two, and it aired every day. It was an hour and a half show, and aired from 7 a.m. to 8:30. And so let's see, what else? Okay. So I don't know if they had celebrities on, probably. And the cartoons, they mentioned they had Barney Bear, Little Cheeser, Minnie Mouse, some we're not familiar with. I think it was MGM cartoons, They didn't air Bugs Bunny like that. And there was also some man named Dr. Preston Bradley. He gave inspirational guidance. I never heard of him like that. So, so this aired right before kids went to school, just like Ray Rayner and Garfield Goose. It was like that. Unfortunately, this show didn't last long. It lasted until maybe the summer of 1961. And I don't know why. Because of ratings? Maybe. Or maybe behind the scenes, what's going on. And I said before, Dale Young, I don't know what else he did. I have no clue. I wish I knew more about him, because he seemed like an interesting man. And he was great with children, from what I heard. So I love finding obscure shows that people have totally forgot about. Like last week, I did Passage to Adventure, that hosted by Jim Stewart, who did Here's Geraldine. Okay. So I like to find more. I really do. There's a lot of them. Like that. So that was it. So that's a great title of that, that Clock-A Doodle Day. Let's see what else they have here. No, I guess that's it. So, okay, just a moment, please. Let me find something. I posted a TV Guide ad the other day explaining all that. So, and it says here, according to the ad, it's like a specialty selected Chicagoland grade school clock watcher. So we were the clock watchers, like that. Yeah. So Captain Stubby, he was on the show. I'll talk about him in another podcast episode. Because I find him fascinating. Yeah. So, they also did scientific experiments, like with Mr. Wizard, like that. Or, Ray Rayner had guests like that. So that was kind of cool. Okay. All right. Right now, I'm going to take a quick break. And when I come back, I'm going to read off a menu from the Consort Restaurant that was located at the Continental Plaza Hotel in Chicago. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the rest of the show, folks. Thank you.
Beautiful WLAK. All day, all night, all music, all the time. WLAK FM Stereo 94. It's beautiful. So beautiful, it's become the 6th Great Lake. W Lake. WLAK.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. Now I'm going to talk about the Consort Restaurant, or Consort. I don't know how you say it. Anyway, I'll pronounce it the way it is. That was located at the Continental Plaza Hotel. Let me give you a little history. A little history of this place. Okay. According to Wikipedia, that it was scheduled to open on November 22nd, 1963, but it was postponed because obviously John F. Kennedy got assassinated. So they just postponed it for a few days. The Continental Plaza Hotel, it was 15 stories tall, like that, had 400 rooms. Right now it is, so they added about 27 stories, and that was completed in August of 1974. That doubled. That lasted until 1981, and then it was renamed the Westin Hotel, which is still there. You know, and they renovated it, and I bet it's real nice. I like to go there one day to take a look at it, like that. Now, for the restaurant, I don't know when it opened. Probably in the 60s, I would imagine. I don't know if the Continental Plaza was something else before, or they did it was built on that time. I'm not sure. So I don't want to say anything that I'm not absolutely certain of. Okay. So the Consort was, I think it was located on top of, it was on the rooftop like that. So just let me pull up the menu real quickly, and I will tell you. Okay, here we are. Okay, so you know what was another special thing about this restaurant? It featured a famous virtuoso violinist. His name was Franz M. Bentedler. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And he was known as the ambassador of music for Chicago. This is an interesting guy. I should talk about him someday. Let me give you his biography. He was born in Hamburg, Germany, and he came to the United States with his parents in 1930. And he began taking violin lessons at the age of 8. And so he attended Layton Tech, high school up north, and he began studying at the Chicago Conservatory of Music. And then he just played around, all that. And then first he played at the Blackstone Hotel, and then he moved over to the old Heidelberg Restaurant in the Loop. I'm going to talk about that place someday and read a menu. That sounds interesting. And so his group was called the Royal Strings Orchestra. And then he started playing at the Consort Room. That was the restaurant, and that was located at the 16th floor. And then I think it just, at the time it was, 16 stories, and then they just built, they built more like that. And he was there for many years, from 1963, for 20 years he was there, from 63 to 1983. Even then when it was changed to the Westin Hotel. Then he played right before 5 U.S. presidents, so he was well known. I don't know if people know him today. I doubt it. And then he retired in 2007. Yeah, and unfortunately, he passed away March 12th, 2010. Okay, so right now, so I'm going to talk about. No, I'm going to read off a menu from the Consort Restaurant, and mostly had French cuisine. Okay, so let's. So here we go. Just a moment, please. Here we are. Let me pull it up. Here we go. Make it like that. Okay, we start off with cold appetizers. Filet of herring and sour cream, supreme of fresh fruits, Blue Point oysters on ice and season, cherry stone clams on ice, Nova Scotia smoked salmon, Alaskan king crab cocktail, prosciutto ham with chilled melon, and imported beluga Maliso caviar. If you love caviar. I tried it once. It was okay. Hot appetizers, they had escargot, snails. I want to try snails. Grapefruit continental flamed, oysters bonne femme, I think that's how you say it, shrimps mignonette, soups and broth. They had soup du jour, whatever soup was served on what day. French onion soup au gratin. Oh, that sounds good. Consommé double with Madeira. Green turtle soup with sherry. Oh, and chilled vichyssoise. Never tried vichyssoise. I always want to try that. Cold. That's what Al said on the Brady Bunch. Cold potato soup. Salads, they had crisp mixed green salad, any choice of dressing you like. Limestone lettuce tossed at your table, so the waiter would come over there and toss your salad right in front of you. It sounds like the Clock-A Restaurant, with the spinning salad. Also, they had fresh watercress with lemon dressing. Consort special, limestone with hearts of palm and artichoke, avocados, eggs, and tomato. And Caesar salad for two prepared at your table. That sounds awesome. It really does. Okay, here we go. Here's a menu. Oops. Okay, this is the ocean and freshwater fish. This is the seafood section. Broiled Lake Superior whitefish, with lemon butter. Poached fillet of imported turbo sauce hollandaise let's serve a hollandaise sauce. Whole Dover sole, belle menuire, I can't pronounce it, with drowned butter. Frog legs, Provencal. Broiled lobster tails with drowned butter with mushroom rice. Lobster thermidor. I always want to try lobster thermidor. That sounds good. And entrees include parsley potatoes and tomato francais. I can't pronounce it. Okay, this is for chicken. Double-breasted chicken Veronique with mushroom rice. Roast Long Island duckling brigade with dry rice. Half spring chicken and red wine with croquette potatoes. Cornish game hens. Whiskey with raw rice. So under this category is from the chef's copper pan. Noisettes of lamb bordelaise with croquette potatoes. Grenadine of veal black forest with sour cherries with mushroom rice. 3 fillets du chef sauce. That's 3 fillets du chef served with béarnaise sauce with croquette potatoes. They're the same side. Fresh calf liver sauté with crisp bacon and parsley potatoes. And specialties prepared at your table. Medallions of beef stroganoff, all served with mushroom rice. No, not all of them, just the first 2. Lobster or prawns flambé. Steak tartare with brandy, prepared at your taste. And steak Diane with croquette potatoes. Oh, that sounds delicious. Okay. Our flaming swords. They had shish kebab in Istanbul, tender marinated beef broiled with exotic flavor. Lobster and brochet with pineapple and bacon with drawn butter. Shashlik, coq and zing, dainty filet mignon. Well, it's mignon of lamb marinated with herbs and white wine. It's very hard to pronounce. Also served with mushroom rice or tomato francais. They had steaks, the Continental style. This is by countries. Once is France, Entrecôte, Café de Paris. It's a prime sirloin steak broiled, wrapped in delightful brandy butter with a touch of garlic, French fried potatoes. This is Germany, Rumpstuck, Baden-Baden, a tender New York cut, sautéed and basted with burgundy, topped with butter, chanterelles, croquette potatoes. This is from Spain, Filet de Vaca, Los Toros de Madrid. It's a thick prime sirloin steak sautéed with fresh pepper, paprika, and pimento. Switzerland is Entrecôte, Ski Club St. Moritz. It's a generous, tender New York steak sauté in red wine sauce, topped with a spiral of sour cream and mushrooms. I don't like the mushrooms. I'll take the sour cream. And the last one is sirloin steak teriyaki. This is from Japan, marinated and served with a special soya sauce and rice. Okay. Under here, it's from our broiler and oven. They have filet mignon, topped with fresh mushrooms with béarnaise sauce, New York sirloin steak, double-cut lamb chops, Buckingham mini sauce, the eye of prime red, the finest U.S. prime, with Yorkshire pudding, and Chateaubriand, bout guittière with béarnaise sauce for 2. Side dishes, they had fresh whole string beans, glazed Belgian carrots, cauliflower au gratin, white asparagus hollandaise, imported fiddlehead greens. For potatoes, baked Idaho potato, croquet potato, parsley potato, or French fried potatoes. Okay, here we go. We got the last one. Excuse me. This is for the dinner. So, for appetite, they had like shrimp cocktail, Suprema fresh fruit, crab cocktail, consommé double, chilled bichyssoise, soup du jour. I've covered all that. Main course, they had, I read these before, but let's see if there's something else. No, pretty much I mentioned all these. And also, at the end, they had desserts. They had assorted French pastries, kiss in a cloud. I don't know what that is. Ice cream, sherbets, and for beverages, they had coffee, tea, or milk. I'm sure they had served wine or, any liqueurs, after dinner drinks, and also mints. So you have an after dinner mint. How about that? That's kind of cool. Okay. So that sounded like a very interesting, elegant place, and it had great food. I posted this and also read comments from Facebook that a lot of people went there at the time and they loved it. They had great memories of dining there. Some people went there after their proms and went to that restaurant. So that's kind of nice. Okay. So that's it for this show. I will do a recap of what I talk about. I talk about in the children's television program, Clock-A Doodle Day. It aired on WBKB TV on Channel 7 in Chicago. Also, I read off a menu from the Consort Restaurant that was located at the Continental Plaza Hotel, which I failed to mention the address. The address it's at 909 Michigan Avenue. One last thing, the Consort is not there anymore. I don't know when it closed. Probably sometime in the 80s, I would think. Right now, they have other restaurants. I think one is called 909 Michigan, so they have restaurants at that. I don't know if it's what's on the rooftop. No idea. So, but they have restaurants down in the lobby area. So I apologize for not mentioning the address. Okay. So again, that's it for our show. So I did a recap. So this podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast, Good Pods, Podbean, iHeartRadio. Whatever apps you have for podcasts, you can listen. Also, if you tap on those apps and click and tap follow, you will receive a notification. You will listen to previous episodes if you like. Also, it'll be on my blog, www.vanchicagoland.blog. You can enter your email. You probably receive a notification. Listen to previous podcast episodes. There's some links. Take you right there to listen. Excuse me. Also, be sure on my YouTube channel, Van Chicagoland Stories, and again and again and again. People always ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? You can find it on YouTube. Click subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. You can listen on your tablet, your phone, your desktop, whatever's easier. When you click subscribe, you will receive a notification. You can listen to previous episodes if you like. If you have CarPlay in your phone, you can listen to your car, or if you have Spotify, you can stream it on your TV. Also, be sure to my social media accounts: Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok, and Instagram. I'll have the links there. Okay, that was fun. I will probably do another podcast tomorrow morning. I have to think about what I'll talk about. I think I have one topic. I've thought of one. Okay. So, this is Pico Sanchez, your host of Van Chicagoland Stories. Thank you for joining me. Today's going to be a nice day, nice weekend. Not too hot. So, I look forward to the next episode. All right. So, here's Bye-Bye for me, and here's a little traveling music from our Chicago legend, one of our favorite people in the whole wide world, Ray Rayner, saying bye, bye, bye with a little traveling music. Take care, everyone, in song, and have a great day.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.